Prague is known for its fairy tale architecture that attracts millions of tourists each year. I've lived in Prague over the past few years, and as I walk through the city, it still feels magical as it did on my first visit. But recently, I've been more fascinated with a different type of site that isn't visited by travelers and considered a depressing place to visit, given its association with death, and that's a cemetery. So right now we're in Olšany Cemetery. It's the largest cemetery in Prague that has over 200,000 burials. It was created in 1680 during the plague, where they needed a place to bury a lot of bodies quickly. So as you can see here, the Olšany Cemetery is a huge graveyard. It has 12 different sections for Christian Orthodox, for Jewish, for Muslim, and for those who served in the military. So I don't speak Czech, and in order for me to understand all the burial sites here and what everything says, we're having my girlfriend Irina join us.
Hi.
And she's going to help us translate everything from Czech to English.
So on some of these graves you see something like never forget, or some kind of a phrase related to the family. For example, here, I don't know if it's related to the family, but here it says, here sleeps eternal dream. Rodina. Rodina means family. So most of these are usually family graves. And they put several generations of family members, same spot, so they're together.
What does it say?
The whole thing says, "Dear Dad, you always worked till you were exhausted. You never rested. Your heart was golden. Anybody who wished you well. We wish you like a peaceful, silent sleep." So have you noticed that sometimes there's a family grave and there's already a name and date of birth of a person that didn't die yet, but they already prepped it for her, but it still looks kind of, weird to me, but make your own opinion. She was born in 1932 and she didn't die yet, but she already has a space here.
So some of these burial sites you can see have been moved somehow or over time, and I wonder if the cemetery takes care of these. As you can see here, these are opening up, and that kind of is a little creepy. Alright, so Irina's going to tell us about this honorable Czech here, and we happen to be here on his anniversary of his death.
Jan Palach was a student of Charles University. He studied philosophy. On January 16, Jan Palach set himself on fire as a protest against communist regime. Unfortunately, 3 days later, after he set himself on fire, he died. Jan Palach is important for us as a reminder that we need to fight for our freedom, that we need to speak up if there's some injustice happening in our lives. And Czechoslovaks been through a lot, like first Nazi regime, then communist regime, and especially in 1968 when Soviet tanks came again to reinstall Soviet harsh conditions, Jan Palach was reacting to it. So he was very sad that our local representatives didn't do anything about Soviet tanks coming to our country, and as a protest he set himself on fire to really just like, hey, people, wake up, where is this happening, why nobody's doing anything? And he was very young, he was just a student when he set himself on fire. Yeah, till today we still like celebrate him for what he's done, for his bravery.
As an American from California, I've been accustomed to a certain type of cemetery design. And as I travel the world, I see how that changes, whether it's by its history, by its architecture, by its size. There's so many facets of cemeteries that change. And here in Prague, it could feel a little bit eerie, it can feel a little bit creepy, but it could also feel really beautiful in the sense of how different families honor their loved ones.